Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here and it's time for my June TBR. So June is going to be a very different month for me. I've set June aside. It's going to be my month where I don't really have a TBR. Now when I was thinking about this, I wanted to have a month this year where I didn't have anybody reads and I didn't have a set TBR and I could go a little bit more on a whim. But if you know me and you've seen my book hauls, you know that I own an awful lot of books and I find it very, very intimidating to pick from those books randomly. There's just too many. I find it a bit overwhelming. So normally I quite like a TBR because it structures the way that I pick my books. So what I've decided to do this month is I've decided to set myself 15 little mini challenges. So bit like a month-long readathon for myself. I've set myself 15 challenges because I normally read about 21 books. That gives me leeway to just literally pick up a book that's sort of piqued my fancy as I'm looking for the other books. I've also going to have my pick from my TBR jar. So what we'll do is we'll pick that one first and then we will move on to the challenges that I'm setting myself. Now I'm not going to be picking the books in this TBR video for those challenges. I'm just going to be telling you the challenges because they're generic enough that I can pick from a number of books on my shelf for those challenges, and I want to do it as and when I'm reading. I want to do one of the challenges and then decide which of the other challenges I'm going to do and do it in that way so that it's a bit more organic. So you will find out the books that I'm reading on my usual Friday reads on a Friday, but for now I'm going to pick from this and then I'm going to tell you the challenges that I've set myself. And obviously if anybody else wants to, participate in this, feel free. It's very casual. I'm just doing it really for myself, but you're more than welcome to take part if you feel like you want to structure your TBR at all. But let's pick my June book for my BookTuber recommends. Oh, this one. So the book that I've picked for June is The Rook by Daniel O'Malley, and this was recommended to me by Nicole from Dorkerbrain. I'm really excited about this. I've heard lots of really good things, especially from Nicole, so I can't wait to finally get to this one and see what I think. The back of this says, a woman awakens in a London park dripping wet and surrounded by corpses wearing latex gloves. In her pocket is a letter from her previous self, Rook Thomas, a superpowered operative in Britain's most secret of secret agencies. And then someone tries to kill her again. So this is an urban fantasy and I'm just really excited. So this will be my one June pick from a TBR jar that I go into knowing which one I'm going to be reading. Okay, so now for the 15 challenges that I'm setting myself. First is a book with a purple cover. Purple's my favourite colour, so I just thought, why not? I'm going to pick a book off my shelf that has a purple cover. Number 2, I'm going to pick a book that has a name in the title. Number 3 is to pick a book which is the first in a series. Number 4 is to pick a book with pictures in. That can be a graphic novel, but it doesn't have to be. Number 5 is to pick a book with a one-word title. Number 6 is to pick a book with a beautiful cover. Number 7 is to pick a book off my shelf I can't remember what it is about, which shouldn't be a problem on some of the books. Number 8 is I'm going to be picking a book that's picked by someone else. I'm going to pick up maybe 2 or 3 and get my husband to pick one for me. Number 2 is to read a book that is the second in a series. Number 10, I'm going to get a book that starts with either an E, an L or an R because that is my initials. Number 11, I'm going to read a hardback book. Number 12, I'm going to read a book with yellow on the cover because that is Matilda's favourite colour. Number 13, I'm going to read a daunting book. Number 14, I'm going to read a classic. And number 15 is a non-fiction book. So as I say, this is very rough for me. If I just get off on a tangent and decide that I'm going to read other types of books, then that's what I'm going to do. But I wanted to set myself these 15 sort of little mini challenges just to get me going, to get me thinking about the books that I'm pulling off and maybe to help me whittle down my choices a little bit. So I'm going to be trying to do those, but I'm not going to hold myself to it if I get off on a tangent on a particular series or in a particular genre. I'm just going to let myself go in June and see how it goes. I'm going to have no structure, no buddy reads. And who knows, I may read a lot less than I usually do. I may read a lot more than I usually do, if that's possible. And I may pick up different books that I haven't looked at for a while. So I'm really excited. So as I say, feel free if you want to participate in this. You're more than welcome. It's not a readathon. It's just the thing I'm doing for myself. But that is what I will be doing in June. And I look forward to letting you know how I get on. Okay, bye for now, BookTube.